Has something or someone ever made you feel angry, sad, miserable, or downright terrible about yourself? Chances are you've experienced a full range of emotions caused by the outside world at various times in your life, just as most of us have. But the thing is, those external factors aren't in our control. Yet, we let them have the power to control our emotions and dictate how we feel. But what if there was a way to avoid these feelings? Well, there is, and we have Stoic philosopher Epictetus to thank for the answer. When life hurts, stop clinging to it. Easier said than done perhaps, but Epictetus was onto something. We might not realize it, but us humans cling on to a lot of the things going on in the outside world. And 2,000 years ago, Epictetus noticed this. He saw how people were so negatively influenced by all the things going on in their lives. He realized that the key is to focus on the things that matter and let go of the things that don't. Because, in fact, as individuals, we control very little. This leads us to a body of work by Epictetus called The Dichotomy of Control, which is all about being selective when it comes to the things you care about and give your energy to. It comes down to quite a simple concept. Some things are in our control, and some are not. If we focus on the things that are outside of our control, then we are likely to get hurt, and all we do is set ourselves up for a future of suffering. By only caring about the things that we can control, then there's nothing that can hurt us from the outside unless we choose to let it. While we can't control what happens outside, we can control how we perceive it and how we react to it. Epictetus said the things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and, in one word, whatever are our actions. Things not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, and, in one word, whatever are not our own actions. This is one of the most important maxims in the philosophy of Stoicism, to distinguish what is in our control and what is not. We must focus on ourselves and our own behavior, and this makes life so much simpler. As humans and social creatures, it's in our nature to cling to other people, to objects, and even to power. We attach ourselves to these things pretty quickly. Take, for example, when we develop strong feelings for one another. We enjoy being with them and become even more attached over time. But if they decide to walk away, we suffer with the agony of losing someone we thought we loved. That loss can be so profound, the pain running so deep, that our brains treat it akin to the death of a loved one. We mourn and grieve the loss, allowing it to continue to hurt us. Fear and abandonment are running themes in the way in which we live our lives. Many of us find ourselves living in constant fear of becoming separated from the people and the objects that we've attached ourselves to. And then there's power. The more we have, the more we crave, becoming a never-ending pursuit. There's a reason power is described as insatiable. But the issue is, it can be given and taken away in a second by things outside of one's own power. So however much they feel as if they are in control, that's not reality. Power is a fickle mistress. Epictetus offers an interesting and helpful perspective when it comes to dealing with our propensity to cling to these things. Never say of anything, "I have lost it," but "I have returned it." By thinking of people and things as borrowed, it helps you to imagine one day that they will be returned, which allows you to let go. It's safe to say that most of us want to be liked, and to varying degrees we care about how others perceive us. After all, it's normal for human beings to want to be accepted by their peers. If we are liked, then we can make friends, attract a partner, or get ahead in our careers. That all makes sense, right? Well, not to Epictetus. He couldn't disagree more, and in fact, he considered these outside factors as inferior. doing nothing more than having the potential to disrupt our psychological stability and our mental composure. He says not to grieve over things like not being invited to a wedding when you don't like the couple, or if you're not invited to a party but can't stand the host. What's the point in wasting energy and time going to events we don't want to go to or being around people that we don't really like? Why do we want to be liked by those who do nothing to positively impact our existence, and then praise those same people? Real happiness and tranquility don't come from engaging in any of these things, and those very same people may laugh or talk about us behind our backs. But if you really want to achieve true inner peace, then you let it go. You accept it. You become content with it. Other people's opinions of you are really none of your business. And the amazing thing is, while you can't control what others say or think about you, you can control how you feel about it, how you react to it. And that makes all the difference. How much time have you spent dwelling on the past or on the future, neglecting the present moment to think about things you could have done differently or to imagine nightmare scenarios that could await? We are obsessed with clinging to the past and the future, but this opens us up to more hurt, more pain, and more suffering. Because the only things in our control are the actions we take now. Yesterday is gone, last night is gone, this morning is gone. There's nothing we can do about it. Think back on fond memories and days gone by and find comfort in them. But don't wallow in them, using them as a form of escapism, as once you begin to long for them, once you pine for the old times, any comfort quickly evaporates. For the good times, be thankful they happened. For the bad, find the lessons within, but let them go. Don't feel regret, remorse, or guilt. They have no use now or in the future. And when it comes to the future, humans are the only species known in existence to be able to hypothesize, to plan, and think ahead. We are masters of expecting, but the future likes to keep us on our toes and has the habit of surprising us. If you spend too much time dwelling on the future, you build up the perfect image of what you expect, and then the unforeseen yet inevitable happens. And our vision comes crashing down along with our hopes and expectations. So, we're left standing there, facing a new reality that's unknown and unwelcome, fighting an outcome we are simply not prepared for. Release your grip on your future expectations. Rein them in with a sense of realism and relish in the uncertain nature of life. Protect yourself from unnecessary hurt by welcoming each event that comes as it is. Take it one day at a time. Cross that bridge when you come to it. Cliché expressions, perhaps, but they are great rules to live by. And it's not just expectations of ourselves, but how we also cling to our expectations of others. What they do, how they act, and what they say are not in our control, and the other way around. Even if you manage to change someone and impose those expectations on them, it doesn't mean that A, they will have truly changed, and B, it doesn't change the fact that there are more people like that who exist. Silencing one doesn't silence them all. There's more from where they came from. So what good can come from trying to impose your ideals on someone? It all starts with us, and, above all, treating ourselves with kindness. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go well. Epictetus makes the point that we can continue to maintain our own attitude towards the world and the people in it, even if we can't control any of those things. We can't control if someone decides to hurl insults at us. That's in their control, but they don't control how we feel about it. Words only hurt if we let them. If we don't get the job we want, that's not in our control, but we can control whether we let the disappointment consume us, or see the experience as a lesson to help us grow, improve, and finally get to where we want to be. The ways of the world are not our responsibility. The things that happen in it aren't up to us. We can only win at life if we choose to accept the things that happen, the good and the bad, and living in the best way we can, no matter what. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control.